Radio 1 Dance.
I turn it up.
Radio 1's drum and bass show with Charlie T.
Saturday night raving.
The bass, the lights, the music comes alive. Time to stumble in the club, this is the night.
Hey, hey, hey.
The bass, the lights, the music comes alive. It's the rumble from the bass that lies inside.
Bigger.
You're ignited by the sound, you're getting lit like up a matchstick. They try to copy your energy, they can match this. I'm even planning on how we're gonna attack this. Meet at the location, then headed into the madness.
Radio 1's drum and bass show with Charlie T.
Yes, Saturday night is officially on, and a big thank you to Kenny Allstar for the last few. Welcome to the home of drum and bass on Radio 1. Starting off tonight with the previous drop of the week for us on this show, Andy C and Felix Samuel, Ricochet.
A million lights still lost in the dark, just a flicker of hope and you light the spark. Now you're showing me something that I would never have known. Watching the blue sky turn into grey, thinking I'll never find someone to relate. But you took the shot, now I'm hoping you reload. So take your aim and let it go. I wanna feel it in my bones. And when it hits my heart, let it ricochet. Let it ricochet, let it ricochet. And when the day fades into night, I wanna be there in the sun. And when it hits my heart, let it ricochet. Let it ricochet, let it ricochet. So many voices, you drown them out, knowing I only see your face in the crowd. Oh, you said it inside me, now I am never alone. You lead the way, I'll follow you blind, cause I never thought I'd make it out alive. But you took the shot, now I'm hoping you reload. So take your aim and let it go. I wanna feel it in my bones. When it hits my heart, let it ricochet. Let it ricochet. Ricochet.
bit good, this, isn't it? A collab of epic proportions courtesy of Kanine and Andromedik with Ascension. And he was over DJing in Malta today, Kanine. I was there last night. So many big names in drum and bass over there for the weekend as well, DJing for a big festival. And I can't lie, I feel a bit irritable this evening. I was DJing last night in an indoor-outdoor club, and I think the mosquitoes took it upon themselves to have a bit of an all-you-can-eat buffet. 2,000 ravers, indoor-outdoors, and they're like, oh yeah, okay. So you've got a slightly itchy Charlie D tonight, moving around the studio like a mad lady. 03700 100 100. What are you saying for your Saturday night? More importantly, I want the details, please. And as I just said, no detail too mundane. I want all the little details.
Drum and bass show with Charlie T.
Kitty them pretty so the dog them a bark. Love it when you whine or you walk and attack. So when you take body like a rocket it a spark. The kid is a hit when the girl them top chance. Hey, white, black, brown, slim or brown, me not care. No matter the time of day, them fi get slay anywhere. Me no rich, but if I silent man a millionaire. Girl if you have a tight, you fling it in here. Me girl, hey Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Really love it the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. A nice a girl you be never ever heard of. Hey Miss Fatty Fatty, you a murder. Really love it the way you twist and a turn up. Hotter than lava, my girl, you a burn up. You a burn up. And so because of them, they kitty them pretty, so the dog them a bark. Love it the way you whine or you walk and attack. So when you take body like a rocket, it a spark. Kitty is a hit when the girl them top chance.
This in my set so many times now. Do you know what? There is not one time that I've played this record and I've still not absolutely lost it. Packs a punch this. Grafix and Rova with Let Me Down. So much drama and energy, and I feel a really good indication of what is about to come on the show tonight. We've got loads of great stuff. Drop of the week, as always, is going to be landing in 5 minutes' time and is a fresh take on a cult classic. So if you're a big fan of percussive breaksy jungle tonight, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of you. Flava D is going to be joining me on the show at past in our 6 DMBs of separation. A really fun exploration into loads of her favourite records, past and present. At midnight tonight, Artemis is in the drum and bass mix for a full 30, and round off the show at 12 tonight, Zero T in the chill drum and bass mix. Loads of stuff to get on with on the show tonight. And a firm favourite that we've been loving spinning as of late, T and Sugah and Ayaya now.
Eyes down, let it go. Fire in the sky in stereo. Rise up, camera crew. Running for my blood like a miracle. I feel alive. Band in my mind every time.
In my head, can't explain. Oh, I can feel it in my fingertips. Oh, I can feel it rushing through my skin. Not gonna stop till our bones decay. Don't turn the speakers off, just let the jungle play. And when we stop, it'll be okay. Cause when the sound is off, the music's in our DNA. Not gonna stop till our bones decay. Don't turn the speakers off, just let the jungle play. And when we stop, it'll be okay. Cause when the sound is off, the music's in our DNA. Say the raven till the raven, it will wipe your tears away. But the jungle's what we craving for, that we wanna stay. Just hop into the wave of that new sound. Jump up, ready to perform, so grab the bass and turn the sound up. Open up the DMV, your type's originality. The dance is my normality, for my personality. Throughout my life I cannot see a future without you and me. So baby, won't you dance with me and let your spirit free? Oh, I can feel it in my fingertips. Oh, I can feel it rushing through my skin. Not gonna stop till our bones decay. Don't turn the speakers off, just let the jungle play. And when we stop, it'll be okay. Cause when the sound is off, the music's in our DNA. DNA cannot be exchanged like the DND cannot be replaced. DNA cannot be exchanged like the DND cannot be replaced. DNA cannot be exchanged like the DND cannot be replaced. DNA cannot be exchanged like the DMV cannot be replaced. DNA cannot be exchanged like the DMV cannot be replaced.
The latest from Brodie and Sudley with DNA on Radio 1 tonight. It's the drum bass show with Charlie T. A big shout out to Josh and to Jack from Northern Ireland. Travelling back home after seeing Chase and Status, Lens, Andy C tonight. Yeah, big show that. Getting major FOMO. Watch that on Instagram socials. Can't lie. Okay. Let's do it.
Radio 1's Drum and Bass Drop of the Week with Charlie T.
A real kaleidoscope of sounds in your Drop of the Week tonight, and the rejuvenation of a record that has spanned decades. Originally by High Contrast, of course, I'm sure you can hear already. And then reimagined again for 2025 by British heavyweight duo Over Mono. This one went mad online when videos were posted after they dropped it in their set at Glastonbury on the West Hull stage this summer. And everyone has been eagerly anticipating its release since. But the wait is finally over and the time has come as it dropped this week, and obviously we were going to crown it our Drop of the Week, Over Mono and High Contrast. If we ever. So there you have it. Your Drop of the Week, courtesy of Over Mono and High Contrast, If We Ever. And I would highly recommend, if you're going to listen back to that, please do it on a big old rig, sound system, speaker, whatever you have at your disposal. We just pumped up the subs so loud in the studio and had a right lovely time. The drama when that breakdown kicks in. Woof! Just reliving Glastonbury all over again. Right. It's Charlie T as Radio 1 for your Saturday night. But we like to do things a little bit faster on this show. About 174 BPM is how we like it. And right now, we're heading over to some dancehall drum and bass with Subsonic. good. Really reminiscent of that quintessential, like original Pendulum sound this. A record called Archangel from their latest album, which dropped about a week or so ago, called Inertia. I've had this on repeat the last couple of weeks. So many different sonics and sounds explored. We've got a lot of their newer sort of sound, and then classics like this. An album track, but a fan favourite of mine actually, out of all of the singles they've dropped. We've been loving this on the show, been giving it a lot of love as of late. Big hello to Jess, locked in the Uber tonight. Big hello to you, and big hello to Dave, who says, sending love as always from Italy, where he's just discovered that his dog's a raver. What are the telltale signs of that, by the way? Is he wearing sunglasses and doing gun fingers? Well, gun paws it'd be, wouldn't it? Obsessed. A really fun little bootleg from Diagnostix on the way. Incoming of Interplanetary, Criminal and original Koffee, Slow Burner. Really fun this. Been loving this one this summer.
I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes. Put me up the Benz and the Prada, and I put a brand new Prada. All I do for it don't matter. 0 to 102, yeah, so I'm flex my up. I didn't know my section, I set my up. Let me get that text on Joe, so I'm tell you what my legs can do. Pull up another ladder, put me up the Benz and the Prada, and I put a brand new Prada. All I do for it don't matter. 0 to 102, yeah, so I'm flex my up. I didn't know my section, I set my up. Let me get that text on Joe, so I'm tell you what my legs can do. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. I don't play, you will never ever find another like me. Yeah, you should know you made my day, and I lost my hopes when you came my way. When you changed my mood, I used to look.
Into the rave. Check.
Of Flava D, MPH and Paige, Eliza with Blush, warming us up nicely for the lady herself joining us in this very studio in a couple of minutes time. Talking about Flava D, of course, taking on the 6 dBs of separation tonight. Big hello to Ash from Bristol, says, hello Miss T, it's my 28th birthday on Tuesday. Massive fan of you, the show. Massive fan of you as well, my friend. You listen every week. Happy birthday for Tuesday.
I need you, baby. I see you now and I need you, baby.
Stuck in a loop, hiding from the truth, till I spill it off the juice. My
The same sacrifice, what I wanna do. Whoa.
Will you still love me in the morning? When I'm walking, I'm falling. When I'm running, steady on the street.
The same sacrifice, what I wanna do. Whoa.
Will you still love me in the morning? When I'm walking, I'm falling. When I'm running, steady on the street.
The same sacrifice, what I wanna do. Whoa.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message.
Radio 1's 6 D&Bs of separation.
Okay, time to introduce you to tonight's guest who will be taking on the 6 D&Bs of separation. The rules are pretty simple. We give an artist the first and the last track and they have to select the remaining 4, explaining how they all link up and hopefully with some fun stories along the way too. Now tonight's selector is so intrinsically rooted in the UK's bass music scene with a career spanning over a decade, donning everything from 140 to bassline to drum and bass and jungle. She is a true dance music aficionado with her sets always exploring so many different subgenres and flavours. There's a big clue. Please make some noise for Flava D!
Hello.
Hello, mate. Can we please just pay attention to your hat before we go any further? I'm a big fan of this. It says That's Dirty on it.
Yeah, it's like my little uniform, shall we say.
I love this. I feel like you've come ready for the 6 D&Bs of separation today. Is that an indication of what we can expect for the selections?
Dirty, all the way.
Love. So the rules are pretty simple. We have given you the first record. It is one of my favourites that you've ever produced. It's called Cats. Would you like to explain to the Radio 1 listeners what this record is all about?
It's actually a really random one. So when I was making the beat, it lacked that phrase or that like catchy vocal. I thought, why don't I just say something, try and make it not sound like me as much as possible. I was like, okay, so now what do I say? Obviously I love cats, if you know me, cats.
Yes, you do.
And yeah, I don't know, it's just like a stupid little thing I said. Honestly, I just recorded it one day and it just stuck.
Did you think it'd get picked up and actually put out? Or did you make it as kind of like a fun little creative project? That's what I want to know.
It was kind of, more for like fun, more than thinking of like the end product.
Right, let's give it another little spin on Radio 1 then. This is Flava D and Cats.
Yeah.
Why does everybody always talk about drugs when all I care about is stroking my cats? Why does everybody always talk about drugs when all I care about is stroking my cats? Why does everybody always talk about drugs when all I care about is stroking my cats? All I care about is
D&Bs of separation.
BBC Radio 1's drum and bass show with Charlie T.
So that was London Elektricity and $1 Billion Gravy. Some elite titles going on in the 6 D&Bs today. Tell me about this record and how that links to your first selection.
So yeah, this song in particular is one of those like first drum and bass tracks I ever heard, and I think I was maybe 16, and it was just, I heard it in like a record shop just playing in the store that day.
Sick.
And I remember asking like the person like, can you tell me what this song is or whatever, and then he gave me like a CD that had it on. You know, like everyone has their first Reese bass experience. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
And for me that was just that first like introduction to that. So yeah, it's just, for me it's like a really nostalgic tune
and a seminal moment for you as Flava D and as a producer way before you were making drum and bass as well.
Literally.
Way back when. Love it. We're going to go into the next track, and this is one of my favourites of all time. I'm so happy you have brought some of this sort of flavour to the 6 D&Bs. Phizix, Skeptical and Strategy and Marka. Talk to me about this. This is so hard hitting, this record. It's really stood the test of time, this one.
Yeah, honestly, like you know what? I reintroduced it to my set last summer, and it's like even some of the new school heads they're like, what is this song?
No, well, that's the younger generation.
Yeah, because they think it's new or something, and I'm like, this is like what, 10 years old? Probably even more.
Yeah.
it's just so like different, like futuristic in its own way. And like Halftime, the way Strategy is doing his bars, it's just, for me, it reminds me of like Outlook back in the day. You know, that really dubby phase where everything was like dubstep was still doing its thing.
And it was finding its feet, finding its sound.
It was like bridging the gap between sort of like jungle, D&B and dub. And it's just, for me, it's like everything I love.
Bring back dubstep in a bit.
Come on,
we're ready.
We're doing
ready
it.
for you. Let's give it another little spin on Radio 1. Dub Phizix, Skeptical and Strategy, and Marka.
Stinking it, it's me, Yaki, that rum and the step in on me, they can swim with the piranha. Anytime me drop, me go put on a marker. If it no money, say where them bad attack for. Them a try fi hold up a bank with a banana. Yeah, we breed the whole thing panorama. Holy pa gun talk to the baby one no drama. To the baby one no wanna. We a kill a bubble again. Got the things unlocked again. Double take tension again. The pan a old pants on them again. Man a dash them a light them again. Recover that iPad again. Man a ready for the war. If it comes on top, coming out feel frightened again. We a kill a bubble again. Got the things unlocked again. Double take tension again. The pan a old pants on them again. Man a dash them a light them again. Recover that iPad again. Man a ready for the war. If it comes on top, coming out feel frightened again.
It's the journey.
Jungle Don Clipz there with Hand Grenade on Radio 1. Big selects in this today. Talk to you about this. The master Clipz had to get a little selection from him in there, didn't you?
Of course. I mean, this one is self-explanatory, innit? Like, if you've played this, you know it goes off every single time, whether it's like a new jump up crowd, old jump up crowd. And like, I started playing this one last summer again as well. And it's like one of those old gems. So when I was sort of still getting into D&B, you know, the drum and bass arena CDs,
of course.
all that, you know, the bright yellow
compilations, of course.
So when I was just living in Essex, probably for a year or two, I think 2010, I think, and it was like very boy racer culture under Pitsy Bridge. If you know, you know. It was one of these tunes that was just on circulation in the area, and it just like
heard it playing out of cars, that kind of vibe.
It's just that like that sine bass does something to me, and it's just, I've just got a soft spot for that type of jump up from that time.
Yeah, nice. Very quickly, so you picked some Halftime, which is a little bit of dubstep, 140 vibes, some jungle drum bass. What's your favourite subgenre? You have to pick one.
I don't have one. You know what? I really love them all. I don't know. One week it's like rollers, then it's like soulful liquid. I don't know. It probably would be rollers. Anything with like a really disgusting
rolling
bass
line. Nice dutty bass line. We like it. And into a cult classic now, Goldie, Inner City Live, but break on the remix. He is good at remixing, isn't he? Talk to me about this one.
He is like the remix don. Yeah, Inner City Live, just a classic of a tune. And I feel like if anyone was going to remix it and do it justice, it would be Break.
Amen.
I can't imagine anyone else doing it justice. Like, I just think just the track itself is just, you know, a masterpiece to me. And what Break did with it is just gave it that modern touch and just gave it life to today. And I think the introduction, the drop, everything just perfect.
Works in harmony. He's got such a knack for doing that, hasn't he? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Break on the remix of Goldie, Inner City Life. Let's do it.
Inner city life, inner city pressure, inner city life, inner city pressure taking over me. But I won't let go. I won't let go of your love.
journey.
We no play, we no rap and we no gesture. Sound system a play with the voucher. We no play, we no rap and we no gesture. Press forward to entertainer. Tainer, na, 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 na,
Select, one that we gave you in the 16 Visa separation. Yourself, Anais, and Dread MC with Entertainer, a newer record from yourself. Talk to me about how this collaboration came together. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall watching you three go at this, actually.
Yeah, so this was a funny one. So me and Anais, we were at a writing camp somewhere, I think like a year ago, and I was like, oh, I might have something for you. So I played the intro and kind of like a very rough drop of Entertainer before it came what it is now.
Yeah, sick.
And she was like, yeah, sick. No, send me that now. And you know, like, and Anais, she's such like a ball of energy.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
And yeah, she was like instantly on it and like got writing, and she just really brought, I guess, what I was struggling to add to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your flavours and your sounds like so good together.
Yeah,
like,
you can like really hear like each other's contribution.
Yeah,
and then we hit up Dread and he was on it. Literally, I think like 2 days later, had the vocal, one take. And then
one take.
Yeah.
Why does that not surprise me about that man?
Honestly, he's like a wizard.
Stunning. Some insane selections there. Loads of different flavours. A massive thank you to you. Have you got much on for the rest of the year coming up? Busy? Can you rest now?
No, not yet. Still got a few festivals to come. Start like a US tour actually in October. Yeah, quite a lot of exciting stuff still.
Lovely stuff. Well, we can't wait for the album. Thank you so much for taking the time out and for your insane selections. Flava D, everybody!
Thank you.
Lovely.
6 D&Bs of separation.
Baseline Vandal. I'm a baseline Vandal. I unleash the beast blending like Randall. Vandal, I'm a baseline Vandal.
great collab this. Ivy and A Little Sound and Can't Love Me. A real coming together of both of their sounds and sonics. This is Radio 1 for your Saturday night. A big hi to Dave from New Zealand, sitting out in the sun on a Sunday morning, having a bevy with his two flatmates, Kayla and Kylie. Stunning stuff, and the Radio and Drum Bass Show soundtracking that. Thank you for having us on, guys.
It is what it is until it isn't. You did what you did, and now it's done. You made up your mind and left mine in pieces. I've tried to survive, my God, I've tried. You were my home, I was a place to lay your head. Left me out in the cold and let me freeze to death. You're all that I've known, and I know it had to end. So what am I supposed to do without you? You were my
too much, trying to hit on all the girls. Listen, they don't want no scrub. Go and learn, push your luck, dig the hole and you'll get stuck. God, he's sitting talking shit, but really I don't give a rude boy in the club, and he's taking way too much, trying to hit on all the girls. Listen, they don't want no scrub. Go and learn, push your luck, dig the hole and you'll get stuck. God, he's sitting talking shit, but really I don't give a boy in the club, and he's taking way too much, trying to hit on all the girls. Listen, they don't want no scrub. Go and learn, push your luck, dig the hole and you'll get stuck. God, he's sitting talking shit, but really I don't give a scrub. Wait a minute, I'm not finished. I'm gonna stick it. You're making me get double vision. Blue boy in the crowd, I'm taking me too much.
You're making me get double vision.
Body sitting, talking shit, but really I don't give a fuck. Wait a minute, I'm not finished. I'm gonna stick it. You're making me get double vision. In the crowd, I'm taking me too much.
the latest installment from Turno. Fully going in with a dot on this one and double vision, and a really gorgeous record before this from Georgie Riot with Suki and Sophie Grayson, Without You. So different sonically to what they normally produce, but gosh, so beautiful. That really loving that down tempo kind of version from what we're used to from them. Right, it's Charlie T on Radio 1. On the way from midnight, in about 8 minutes time, Artemis is going to be taking over the drum and bass mix. And from 12:30 tonight, you've got Zero T in the chill drum and bass mix. But now, it's the latest from Mosey, our favourite sequined wearing DJ.
I'll admit, I'm hurting now. You're in my head, but I want you out. Like a picture I'm trying to delete, but I don't know how. Another lie, another wrong. I'm stuck in time while you're moving on. A waste of space, 'cause when it's done, it's barely gone. Evaporate to let it go on my lips. Take away the sun, take your fingertips. Gone from my head like a magic trick. Forget about the memories, maybe I can make you disappear. If I can forget you ever here.
warming us up nicely for the chill drum bass mix. As this artist is going to be taking over things at 12:30 tonight. Zero T and Resist warming us up nicely for that soon come. Right, in about 3 minutes time, I'm going to be handing it over to the drum and bass mix guest, Artemis. But one more before she gets ready. T-Phonic and Sense. And the aptly titled Get Ready. I hadn't actually read that before I said that.